Okay. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I am the Y2K collector, and we need to have a conversation about the prices at Goodwill. Yes, folks, today I happened to stop into Goodwill. I haven't been doing, a ton of game hunting. I'm back to the regular family routine, work, so on and so forth. But whenever I have an easy opportunity to spot a game, I'm going to do it. Just like most gamers, if you're near Best Buy, you might pop in. Anyway, I was near a Goodwill. I said, hey, let me go ahead and jump in this Goodwill and see if there's any Goodwill for me in here. And I got nothing but bad luck, because I walked into this Goodwill and, it's the first thing that I noticed was that the games that they have at this Goodwill, they've moved the games. I had purchased Silent Hill 2 from this Goodwill. They had that there before in a lot of games. And that time I purchased the lot because the lot made sense. I was like, okay, even if I don't plan on playing Silent Hill or giving it a try, at least it has some value that I could trade for it. I could maybe trade it and get something that I really want. Well, this time I went into that Goodwill and the games had been moved to a different cabinet, a cabinet that's a little more difficult to see. And when you look in the cabinet, they had an Xbox 360 just kind of like on its own. And then they had this box with what looked like a bunch of Wii games. So I said, okay, great. So looks like they've got a bunch of Wii stuff. As I walk closer to the box, I begin to see that there's a price tag on the box and it says $225. So my mind is immediately blown. Like, whoa, $225. What in the world is in this box that Goodwill could be charging $225 for the content? So I asked the lady, I said, hey, can I see the box of Goodwill games? And so she passes them over to me, and the Wii games rather. And she passes the box to me. And when I go into the box, I see, long story short, I see 2 Wii consoles, a number of remotes, and I would say off top of my head, maybe about 20 to 25 games. Now, out of the 25 games, about 7 of them were decent. There were 2 copies of Wii Sports in the little slip cover with the little manual. So they had two copies of that. They had Mario Galaxy 2, Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games. They had, what else did they have? They had Mario Party 9, Mario Party 8, a few good games. Now some of the games, the condition was bad. Either the case was completely, it looked like, the dog chewed on it. There was no game that had like minimal scratches. All of the games were smudged or scratched up. They all looked like they would have needed to go through some type of resurfacing machine. Long story short, when I kind of took everything out the box, did my own basic calculations, I gathered that they were really, at the end of the day, charging either just as much as eBay or more, which told me that there's someone there at this Goodwill that's pricing up these games. And I'm sure if it's happening in this Goodwill, it's probably happening in others. And if it hasn't happened in others already, it's going to start, because I'm sure that, the Goodwills, they communicate with each other. I'm sure the information gets passed along. And, as they start to see this trend in video games, they're starting to price them accordingly, which I think it's a little crazy, and pardon me, because I'm going to do a little jabbering and blabbering here, but it'd be one thing if it was like a consignment store or a retro game store, because usually those places are buying the games that they sell, or they're getting in with some type of trade. They're having to put something out to get the games that they're getting. When it comes to Goodwill, though, everything that they get is donated. If I'm mistaken, if I'm wrong about that, please let me know down in the comments. I'd be interested to know. But last time I checked, everything that went to Goodwill was donated. So how are we marking up things at eBay prices and at standard market value at Goodwill? Because I thought the whole purpose of Goodwill was to make things affordable for those who can't afford to purchase them. So, if someone who's struggling to get a Wii couldn't afford to buy a Wii at like a retro game store, well, Goodwill is supposed to be the place that they can go to get it. Anyway, that being said, I just thought that was really crazy that I would find video games at Goodwill for $225. And once again, this just lets me know that the jig is up, the fields are dry, and it's officially over. as far as like Goodwills and stuff like that. I think for the most part, everyone has caught on. And from here on out, trying to do any kind of flipping or anything like that is going to be really hard. I flipped some games, and I'm flipping some of the last bit of games that I got during that week of game hunting. And after that, I'm not touching any more shovelware, because I have a feeling come 2022, it's going to be really hard to try and sell some of those lower tier games, just because I think the market for those games is gonna be dried up. The casual gamer is the gamer that's gonna buy more of your basic titles, like your Wii Sports, your Mario games and things like that. But a lot of those like niche, underground, hidden gem type games, those are really going to be for collectors. And I don't really think collectors are going to try to pick up, copies of like Mario Super Sluggers or, Just Dance and things like that. I think for the most part, everyone is kind of fortifying their collection, trying to secure the games that they really want before they're completely priced out. But that is my rant. I can't believe I saw that again. And so again, I'm just using whatever low tier games I have to kind of flip into some new deals, or just flip into games that I really want to get. And we're going to start this off with this most recent pickup. This is one I was able to get after trading in some stuff. I was able to trade in some hardware, some console peripherals, like, I think a Wii sensor, some controllers. And I was able to pick up a copy of Castlevania. Now, this is a very rough, I guess, label. But with these Game Boy games, I really want to be careful, because I know, their reproduction, there's a lot of repros that come out for these Castlevania games. And so I really want to try and make sure that everything I get is authentic. This one has some writing on the back, but I was able to get this for $29. So it wasn't a bad deal. I think this goes for about 40 or so. And so I picked this one up. I'm really trying to use some of my trade credits now to get, I think, Aria of Sorrow, and there's a Harmony of Dissonance, I think, is the other one. I know they're coming out with the Castlevania collection, but I do want nothing like getting, the original. So I am trying to see what else I can flip and sell to get those, but I do want to add those to my Game Boy Advance collection. All right. The next quick pickup here is Phalanx. This really just came in not that long ago. And if you watch the channel, you'll know that I recently got Phalanx on the Game Boy Advanced as well. So this is what I was talking about. See, you got the guy here with the banjo. You would never know that this is an amazing shoot 'em up looking at the cover, but this is a really great shoot 'em up. It's a side scroller, and it's called Phalanx. Check it out. And again, that's just me grabbing more of that low-hanging fruit in terms of shoot 'em ups on the Super Nintendo. I'm really trying to build that aspect of my collection. I'm about 6 games in. I've got Earth Defense Force, Biometal, Strike Gunner, UN Squadron, and then Thunder Spirits. Gonna have to figure out what I can sell to pick up games like Axlay, and maybe some of those other higher dollar shoot 'em ups on the SNES. All right, and then the next game that I have here, this is Wii U. We're trying to keep it cheap, and the Wii U is one of the cheapest consoles to collect for. So this is Wii U Your Shape. This is on the Wii U, and I'm getting a lot of these exercise type games because, one, they're beneficial, and I plan on using this one, Your Shape. I was going to do the Wii Fit, but I figured since I got my hands on a Wii U, I'd test this one out. So Your Shape sealed. I got this one on the Wii U. Pretty cool and stoked about that. And then the last one that I have here is Pac-Man. What's this? The Ghostly Adventure. So this is another Wii U pickup that I have here. Pac-Man Ghostly Adventure on the Wii U, brand new sealed. This is one that I also wanted to have on the Wii U. And that does it. That does it for the pickups. Like I said, they're becoming more and more scarce. It's becoming harder and harder to find good quality games for cheap. And then again, like I said, everyone is charging high prices. And it's almost to the point now where it's just like, it's like a roll of the dice when you go out there and do any game hunting. But please let me know down in the comments if you're seeing this kind of crazy pricing at the Goodwills near you. I know I'm seeing it. I know I'm seeing $100 games, $150 games. I'm seeing $225 video game bundles, and it's just getting wild. But again, I'm doing a lot of jabbering and blabbering. Let me know what you're seeing out there. Thanks for stopping by for this quick video. I am the Y2K Collector, and I will catch you in the next one. Take it easy.